Hello and welcome to the Special Shiny podcast. This is a podcast about autism. I am your host, Stephen Milton, and
I am Ginny Milton, and I am the mother of our special shiny child, Theia. She is 11, and the reason why we're calling this Special Shiny podcast because when she was growing up, she calls everything that she loves Special Shiny.
Yeah, that's right. So it was my Special Shiny daddy, my Special Shiny mommy, my Special Shiny penguin. Do you remember when she loved the penguins?
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
yeah.
the penguins are great.
God.
Yeah. Okay, so what we want to do today is we want to give you a list of a few of the books that we have read over the years that have helped us when dealing with our child with autism. They've given us inspiration, they have given us insights, and we'd like to share them with you. So, without any further ado, Jen, what is the first book that you'd like to introduce?
I would like to introduce Taking Care of Myself by Mary Wrobel, Healthy Hygiene, Puberty, and Personal Curriculum for Young People with Autism. Mary Robell is a retired teacher, and she's a speech-language pathologist. Mary worked with students with autism or Asperger's syndrome for more than 25 years. So this book is actually recommended for both parents and teachers. So unlike the curriculum presented to most neurotypical students, this book was specifically designed to address the health and safety needs of students aged 5 and up with autism spectrum disorders. Through a unique combination of social stories and easy-to-understand activities, Taking Care of Myself will reduce the fear and confusion surrounding issues of health, hygiene, puberty, and more. So whether you are concerned of like giving your child a bath or toileting or the doctor's visits, which we had before with Theia. So this book I would highly recommend it.
Great.
And,
so I actually dip in and out of that book every now and then if I need to find something, because it's not a book that you would read from cover to cover. It's more of a resource book, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah, so it's got different chapters on different challenges or different helpful things that were
Yeah, it's like, when you want to teach, which is very important, when you want to teach your daughter hygiene. So you have, first of all, before you tell her, like, it's very important that you use the toilet. So you have to teach her first hygiene, the importance of being cleaned.
Okay.
And you have to tell her the dirt. What is dirt? And then with that, then you can tell her then, okay, you have to use the toilet. After you use the toilet, you wash your hands. But there is a detailed steps by steps of it's like a social story.
Excellent.
Which is really good. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So she wrote 2. The other one is for the older one, which we're not ready to deal with. It's the Taking Care of Myself for teenagers and young adults with ASD.
That's Taking Care of Myself too.
That's right.
Okay, thank you. The next book that we're going to talk about is called The Reason I Jump by Naomi Higashida. And this is a very interesting book. Now, this book is, full disclosure, Jen has read most of it. And I wanted to read it, except that she stole it on me. So I have to wait. But I did get a chance to read the foreword, and I did get a chance to read the first few pages, and I thought it was absolutely fabulous. So I'll just give you a little idea of what it's about. So Naomi Higashida is a Japanese boy. He's got autism. He was 13 when he wrote this. It came into the hands of David Mitchell. David Mitchell is an author who lives in Ireland. He initially wrote a lot about Japan in his first few books. You'd know him from Cloud Atlas. He wrote the book Cloud Atlas, which became the film with Tom Hanks. So this is actually translated by David Mitchell and KA Yoshida. And we just think this is a fabulous book. Just from the outset, from the get-go, it's a fabulous book. What it does is, it's set up in such a way as it asks a question first, like, why do you have such a strange-sounding voice? And then the author will go in and explain exactly what's going on inside of him and the reasons why he is speaking the way he speaks. And it's just so deep in the sense that you're getting such an insight inside, behind the curtain of autism, and that's a rare thing. That's a rare thing for parents. I know, and I'm sure so many parents know how difficult it is to get into your child's world. So this is a fabulous book. I am so looking forward to reading the rest of it as soon as Wifey is finished with it. Okay, so next book, Wifey, what's up?
Next book is The Autistic Brain by Temple Grandin and Richard Panek. So basically, Temple Grandin is one of the most accomplished adults with autism in the world. Her parents were told she should be institutionalized, but today she is a university professor and a bestseller author, rightly celebrated for transforming attitudes towards autism. In this groundbreaking book, Grandin reports from the forefront of autism science, including remarkable discoveries about the brain and the latest genetic research. In her view, we need to treat autism symptom by symptom rather than with an umbrella diagnosis. So most exciting of all, Grandin argues that raising autistic children needs to be less about focusing on their weaknesses. So autism can be turned into a gift rather than a disability, and that is the importance of putting them into, if you're lucky enough, but, sending them to a special needs
Class. Yes, absolutely.
And autism ASD unit within the mainstream school, because that has helped our little special shiny Theia a lot.
So much. Just out of interest on the book, The Autistic Brain. So basically, you are a physiotherapist. You have a knowledge of the brain. You trained as a physiotherapist.
Not work as.
You don't work at it at the moment, but you have knowledge of the brain and its functions. And I'm sure that this was an easy enough book for you to get through.
Yes.
For the average Joe, do you think that this would be an easy book to get through? Would you need to have some idea of neurophysiology?
Probably you would, but like with all the internet online resources now, you can just like research if you don't understand what she's talking about of the specific neuroanatomy.
Yeah.
You can just go in and research online, like what is that, what it does. But like the way they do it, when they talk about hippocampus, they will say like hippocampus is the part of the brain that regulates emotions.
So actually they explain it.
As well. Yes,
okay, that's great. Yeah. Yes. So it's not that dense for the starter.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the next book you'd like to introduce?
The next book is still written by Temple Grandin. It's about her life. It's called Emergence. So she lived in a world like no other and fought to be free. Temple Grandin longed for affection but feared human contact. Unable to experience reality as other children could, she was quick to anger, easily overstimulated, and isolated.
Sounds familiar.
Really,
I'm sure it's going to sound familiar to a lot of parents.
Really sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Facing ceaseless waves of terrifying nerve attacks.
Yeah.
She was a child heading into a dark abyss of autism, but within her lonely world, Temple harbored a creativity, intelligence, and yearning for self-expression that refused to die. Wow.
That's nice.
It is really nice. Now Temple tells the story of that emergence, of how she went from a fear-gripped autistic childhood to become a successful professional, a world leader in her field, an astonishing true story, a chronicle of perseverance, courage, and the loving wisdom of a few adults who saw in Temple what others couldn't. Emergence will give new hope and new insight into the tragedy of autism and the vast potential of the human spirit.
That's nice. She, in both of her books, she mentions her mother so much.
Yes.
Because her mom was her main advocate. And it's great as well to read about that. Like, because, the mom
doesn't take no for an answer.
Doesn't take no, and she's so inspiring for parents.
Yes.
Because she fought for her kid non-stop.
Yes.
And it's fabulous. Okay, Jen. So the next book, is this the last book?
This is a boy made of...
It's not the last book. It's the second last book. Okay.
A boy made of blocks. It is about a 30-something dad, Alex, who has an autistic child, who is an 80-year-old Sam. Sam loves a mini Minecraft. And so basically, Sam and Dad then ended up connecting and communicating because of the Minecraft. You know, Dad was unable to connect with him, and he was like really frustrated about it.
Yeah.
And then because of the Minecraft, they actually went for competition.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This
Brilliant.
is really good, you know.
That's a great book. Okay.
I read that 2 years ago. Yes, 2 years ago.
Okay. And I have one here as well. I have A Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. This is probably one of the most well-known books on Asperger's. So it's definitely the doorway for a lot of people into the world of autism and Asperger's. Great book. It's a murder mystery novel. It's told in the first person. So again, you're getting an insight, I suppose, into the mind of a child, a 15-year-old boy with not autism, with Asperger's. Good book to read because it's not too heavy, not too emotionally taxing. Just a good book. I'm actually going to reread this because it's really, really good. Okay, Jan, do you have any more books?
So I have the last one here. A Parent's ABC of the Autism Spectrum by Stephen. How do you pronounce it?
Heydt.
Heydt.
That's it. Oh, by the way, you didn't tell me who wrote A Boy Made of Blocks.
A Boy Made of Blocks the author is Kieth Stuart.
Okay.
So A Parent's ABC of the Autism Spectrum by Stephen Heydt.
Okay.
Don't ask me how to pronounce it. It's covering everything from anxiety to Fragile X syndrome. So this book is an easy-to-use alphabetical categorization of the possible issues of a child with ESD may encounter. Written by experienced clinical psychologist Stephen, the guide translates the complexities of raising a child with autism into practical information and strategies.
Excellent.
It's good.
Yeah, I
have to be honest, I haven't opened this book.
I have opened it. I don't remember much from it, so that wouldn't be top of our list. So, of all the books that we've mentioned, which one is top of your list?
Top of my list would be the Autistic Brain, and then the Mary Wrobel.
Taking Care of Myself.
And then the Emergence.
Okay, cool.
That would be my top of my list.
Yeah.
And Parents ABC, I have to read that.
We'll have to read it. One of the top of my list would be Naomi Higashida, The Reason I Jump. Even though I haven't actually finished it, it has just got me. And I'm still thinking about it, even after the week, after having read it a week ago, part of it a week ago. So I'm really looking forward to reading the rest of it. So I'm going to put that at the top of my list. Okay, guys, so thank you very much for listening. This has just been an introduction to our podcast. Our podcast will be coming out roughly every 10 days. It's all going to be about autism. It will have parents, it will have psychologists, it will have teachers, and a number play therapists, a number of other people who are working with children with autism. We want to give you resources. We want to give you little bits of gold to take home and to think about, or to help you and inspire you when you are, facing problems, which we often do. It's challenges. You can call it what you like.
Yep.
Problems, challenges. It depends on how PC you want to be. And we don't feel
I call it challenges.
Yeah, we don't feel like we want to be that PC. We want to be real about this.
Yes.
So, if we feel like something is a challenge, we're going to let you know about it, okay?
Yes.
But we also hope that we'll have plenty of inspiring pieces of information that will help you. So we thank you very much for your time. We hope you've enjoyed this. Please subscribe, and we'll see you in the future. Take care. Bye.